Welcome to our enchanting tale, where the vibrant culture of India comes alive. In the magnificent Vijayanagar Empire, a legendary king ruled with wisdom and a deep appreciation for the arts. From the captivating collection of Tenali Ramakrishna, we bring you a story of wit, craftsmanship, and the magic of imagination. Let's begin our journey to unravel the secret of weaving invisible fabric.
The secret of weaving invisible fabric. Sri Krishna Deva Raya ruled the Vijayanagar Empire meticulously. He patronized not only the local artists but also those from the neighboring kingdoms and rewarded them. He treasured art and the artists. One day, in the court hall, he was discussing important issues with his ministers and officers. Your Majesty, some handloom weavers are waiting to have an audience with you. They claim to have an amazing handloom fabric to show you, informed the guards. Send them in, ordered the king. A beautiful lady entered the court along with a few weavers. With that, the day's court proceedings came to an abrupt halt. Salutations, Your Majesty. The lady greeted the king and the other ministers. Everyone looked at her with utmost curiosity. Then she took out a small box that she carried. What is in this box? Asked the Prime Minister Appaji. With her fingertips, she took out a very minute and delicate fabric. Everyone was surprised to see the fabric. When she opened the fabric, it was very big, but when folded, it fitted into the small box. Everyone was amazed at the craftsmanship. Awesome! Fantastic! Praised the king. The lady addressed the king. Your Majesty, the talented craftsmen who weave this beautiful and delicate fabric work for me. They are here with me now. They can create many such artistic stuff. With your blessings and monetary help, these handloom weavers can create many more wonders. We were planning to weave a robe for the goddess and exhibit before you. The king was impressed with the exhibits and believed the lady's words. He looked at the Prime Minister and said, Appaji, grant them the required funds. The Prime Minister ordered the concerned officers to look into the matter. You have a year's time to showcase your craftsmanship before the king. Prepare the goddess's robe within that time, said Appaji. The lady agreed to it. Their stay had been arranged in a guest house provided by the king. As per the king's orders, they received royal treatment. Days passed by, but there was no news from the handloom weavers. Even after a year, the handloom weavers did not exhibit the goddess's robe as was promised. The king was anxious. He ordered his officers to check on the progress of the robe. As per the king's orders, the officers went to the guest house to check on the weavers. As soon as they reached the guest house, the lady greeted them. We came to see the progress of your work, they said. She took them to the room where the weavers were working. They seemed to be so engrossed in their work that they didn't even notice anyone entering the room. The officers were shocked when they did not find the equipment for weaving and any other related materials. They realized that the weavers were only pretending to work. The lady smiled slyly, seeing the officers' expression. When they questioned, the lady answered, Officers, the goddess's robe is made with an invisible fabric. It will be visible to you only if your mind is pure. The officers were in a fix. If they would tell her that the robe was not visible, she would assume that their minds were impure. All of you are great individuals. Definitely, you have a pure mind since you can see the uniqueness of this robe. She further stated, putting them in a dilemma. This robe weaved by your weavers is indeed fantastic, they praised, pretending to look at the invisible fabric. They went and reported the same to the king. Having heard the officers praise the robe, he was excited to see it himself. He summoned his guards and ordered, "Bring me the goddess's robe and the weavers to the court." The next day, the curious villagers crowded the court hall. The lady came along with her weavers. A box decorated beautifully was placed in front of her. As an introductory speech, she addressed the court. "We used a divine material to make this robe, so only those who have a pure heart can see this robe." She opened the box and showed it to everyone. In reality, no one could see anything in the box. But to save themselves, all of them started praising the weavers and the robe. After some time, the king, accompanied by Ramakrishna, entered the court. The lady once again repeated the details of the robe. The king stood in stunned silence. He looked at Ramakrishna and lamented, "Ramakrishna, I can see only the weaver's empty hands. Does this mean that my mind is not pure?" "Your Majesty, even I am not able to see anything. These weavers and the lady were deceiving us with their sweet talks," said Ramakrishna. The king was suspicious and requested Ramakrishna to expose the fraud weavers. Ramakrishna immediately devised a plan. He turned towards the lady and said, "Your goddess's robe is beautiful, and our king is pleased with it. He wishes to see a beautiful damsel like you decked up in that wonderful robe." Aware of Ramakrishna's wisdom and intelligence, the lady immediately realized that it was his plot to expose her. She knew that if she were to follow the king's wishes and agree to drape the goddess's robe, she would have to stand in the nude before the crowd. There was no such thing as a goddess's robe, and they had come there solely to enjoy the king's hospitality. The lady thought for some time and then fell at the feet of the king and asked for forgiveness. "Your Majesty, there is no such thing as a goddess's robe, and these men are not weavers. We resorted to this out of our greed." She accepted. The king glanced at the guards who arrested the weavers and the lady. He praised Ramakrishna for saving the kingdom during times of trouble. He also rewarded Ramakrishna generously amidst applause from the people.
As we reflect on the story of the secret of weaving invisible fabric, we learn that honesty and integrity are essential values to uphold, and deception can lead to trouble. You can explore more stories from the Tenali Ramakrishna collection and cultures around the world by downloading the StoryWaves app from Apple or Android app stores. A StoryWaves subscription costs less than $1 a month, making it one of the most affordable ways to bring quality stories to your family. All new stories are available on the StoryWaves app, and the most exciting content is only available on the app, so be sure to check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow StoryWaves on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify for updates on upcoming content. Thank you warmly for watching.